We're getting into it. All right. Oh, man. So what should I say? I'm here at the drive-in, Midway Drive-In once again, and I am watching two of the most fantastic movies ever made by man! Hey guys, this is Scott, and I'm at Midway Drive-In doing Scott's movie vlog, and I am here watching two of the most amazing movies ever made by man. At least I think it is. I haven't seen the first one. I have seen the second one, but the first one I haven't seen, which is Avengers Infinity War. I am so excited about seeing this movie. You don't understand. Let me put it into context for you. Basically, what you got is, let's set the Wayback Machines to, I'd say 1979, September 1979, when Scott walked into his first convenience store to and picked up his first Fantastic Four issue. It was Fantastic Four 202. It's, again, way back in 1979. So, and I am currently a 48-year-old guy. I'm about to be 49-year-olds. But I started at the age of 10, so you do the math. 39 years of collecting comic books. I've collected comic books ever since that first issue. And I love the Fantastic Four, but I just love comics in general. So when the drive-in had Avengers Infinity War and Black Panther as its second movie, come on. I would have to, it would have to have some kind of natural disaster, like some kind of hurricane or earthquake or something like that to keep me from coming here. So, yeah, I'm going to be watching both of these movies. Again, it's Avengers Infinity War and Black Panther. And I'll let you know what I think about it after the movie. I'm going to cut this off because there should be people looking at me, but strangely enough, there aren't. Nobody cares if I'm talking to my camera. All right. Well, anyways, hey, let me just say first off that this is coming from a perspective of a guy that has been reading comics for the last 39 years of his life, almost 40 years. 40 years of doing anything consistently is a very long time. So I am going to become emotionally involved with this movie, and I was. I remember listening to Kevin Smith's review of The Last Jedi just recently, and I heard him get emotionally upset, kind of thick in the throat and starting to well up into tears. Although I didn't see it, I heard it in his voice, and I kind of thought it was ridiculous at the time. But watching this movie and watching, it was a heavy movie. And watching what happened in that movie made me kind of well up in my, the tears well up in my eyes. And this was a great movie. This was a great movie. I don't know what to say about it. Let me just give the basic premise of the movie. It was basically, it was Thanos going through the Marvel Universe collecting his 6 Infinity Stones, or gems in the comic. And then, so that was the whole plot of the movie. And that's basically what happened. That's basically, I mean, it was the whole Marvel U getting together and trying to stop Thanos from getting all the gems, because they knew 6 gems on one glove is, it's no bueno, man. It's bad news. And so they were all kind of in the same mind to stop this guy. And again, spoiler alert, I'm going to be talking very specifics about this movie. This is not a review. This is more of a discussion. So if you haven't watched the movie, watch the movie and then come and watch my video. But at the same time, he gets all 5 the stones. Here's another thing I wanted to mention. Everybody's kind of trying to predict who's dying and who's staying in the Marvel U and who's going to continue on, whose contract is going to be renewed, stuff like that. And to be honest with you, here is the whole thing. There are a couple people that do die throughout the movie. Loki is the first one in the opening scenes. He gets it. He bites the dust. He takes the old dirt nap. Vision has his frontal lobe ripped out when Thanos takes the soul gem, or the mind gem. So he bites the dust. Gamora is another big emotional heft of this movie when Thanos very reluctantly, but still does it, throws her down this big chasm and kills her, sacrificing her soul to gain the soul gem. So Gamora, she's gone. All right. Now, if you know the comics any, and of course I do, because again I've been reading them for quite a while now. The Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, one of those comic series I remember reading, and in the very beginning of the comic series, 50% of the Marvel universe just boop, up and dies, right? And all the way throughout this film, they were making like hints that was going to happen. They were alluding to it. Thanos, when he meets the young Gamora and takes her under his parental wing and shows, compassion. This villain shows a lot of compassion throughout this movie. And not only that, but Josh Brolin, for being kind of a big CGI-overed villain, shows a remarkable range in his acting and his facial expressions. I was really highly impressed by that. But anyways, in the beginning of one of the comic series I remember reading involving the Infinity Gauntlet, half the Marvel year disappears. Boop, gone. And that's exactly how this movie ends. Even the post-credit scene is taking the perspective of Agent Hill and Nick Fury, and both Agent Hill and Nick Fury, whoop, gone. They're gone. They're history. So that's my way of saying who really knows what's going to go on. I guarantee Loki's out of it. Gamora might be out of it. I don't know. The time gems involved. And now, like, most like the Black Panther disappears at the end, and like I said, Nick Fury, Agent Hill, a couple more. The Falcon disappears. Spider-Man goes whoop, whoop, out of the picture. So it can end that way. It can't. Especially since Tom Holland's got, I think a 3-movie contract that's backed by Marvel. All right, well, the Black Panther is going to start up here pretty soon, and I want to go get some popcorn. I've already seen the movie, and I'm going to come back and praise that movie as well. But I want to get some popcorn. So I'm going to just hone it down to a numbered scale. And I'm sorry, it's a comic book movie, and it was one of the best comic book movies I've seen ever. Not even in a while, but ever. So I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's definitely worth a watch. It's definitely worth your money. It's definitely worth... if you have to sacrifice family members to go see it, throw them under the bus, man. Go see this movie. All right, so I'm going to go and go buy my popcorn, and then I'll see you after the other one. See you, bye. Hey, I just got done watching Black Panther. Yeah, so, and I had already seen it before. The whole story was great. I've listened to a lot of podcasts. This is really kind of close to being kind of like a second-run movie by now. It's been out for like a month or so, and although it's still making gobs of money, I'm sure Avengers Infinity War probably beat it out and has gotten all the money in the world now. But Black Panther, for being a solo Avengers movie, has made The most money, it beat out Wonder Woman. It has been a cultural phenomenon, and it's made a shit ton of money. And not only that, it deserves it. It was a well-constructed story, and it had really good characters. I really liked the woman warrior in the movie. She was a badass. Honestly, she was a badass. I loved T'Challa's sister. I thought she was incredibly cute, and also just witty, and she was kind of like his cue of like the James Bond movies. She had like all these kind of gadgets she gave him and stuff like that. Chadwick Boseman, he was okay. All right. Two things. What's his name? The guy that played Gollum. I can't remember his name now, and of course I won't be able to now that I'm trying to pull it out of my head. But he is a very outlandish character. The characters he played are bigger than life, and he fucking chews that scenery, just eats it, man. And he is awesome. And I loved him as a Claw. And you could tell that he was fucking having the greatest time acting in this movie. And Michael B. Jordan is, I definitely have a little man crush on this man. Just his portrayal of Killmonger was just, so good. It was so good. Oh, he made such a good villain. I don't know. And he's a great actor, and you just felt he had that streetwise language to him. No matter whether he was before or after he became king, he still kept that character throughout the whole movie. And so good. It was so good. Okay, so let's put a numeric value to this movie, and I didn't enjoy it as much as Guardians of the Galaxy. No, of Avengers: Infinity War. So I'm gonna have to say that I'd give it a 9, an 8 at the very least. So let's say 8.5 for Black Panther, and then for Avengers Infinity War, a perfect 10, dude. I loved that movie. It's a little long, or at least you feel like you've been sitting in your seat a little long. I never looked at the running time on it, but so good, so good. I enjoyed it. It's totally worth your time. All right, so there you go. I'm not going to be able to do this next weekend. More than likely, they're going to be showing the same movies anyways, because again, the Avengers is making all the money in the world. So they're not going to get rid of it. I could go see Scream 2, but it's funny because when I drove in here tonight, they're like, hey, what screen are you going to see? And I'm like, 1, of course, because it's showing Avengers. And they're like, yeah, everybody was. And I look over on the other lot, there was nobody there. Now, yeah, there's about 30 to 40 cars over there now, but before, I'm not even, I'm thinking I'm over-exaggerating, maybe 10, 15, 20 cars, as opposed to the good 50 that were on this side. So now I'm just filling space. All right, so I won't see you next weekend, but I hope to see you next week, or the week following next weekend, with 2 new movies. And okay, and one last message is, again, I want to say, please don't subscribe if you are inspired by my video in any way, shape, or form. God knows how, because these are really shitty videos. But if I've inspired you in any way, I hope to inspire you guys to make your own videos and to contradict what I've said, and bring up different viewpoints on these movies that I'm talking about, and then post them to YouTube so that I can watch them and us nerds can have a little consortium going on. But all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.